We've come a long way, so I will raise my hand and shout, Joe! Winding roads, the great white sand in our eyes, our shoulders laden with triumphs. Hope leads us on into grey clouds as pounding rain seeps through our skulls. We've come a long way, naked, craving for the bread of life, long thirsty, dried by the stinging slap of sun, souls angry, crying in the wilderness of death. We've come a long way from the curly lash, the master's whip, sliding across our backs like a snake. We've come a long way from the logic of the white man, from the ignorance of our black brothers. Merciless stains gone from our wrinkled eyes. Black wanderers in the graveyard of terror. We've come a long way, so I will raise my hand and shout, Jah! We've come a long way, so I will raise my hand and shout, Joe! We've come a long way, so I will raise my hand and shout, Joe! Words will not strangle and die between my teeth. I must speak, for we have come a long, long way. I must speak, for we've come a long, long way. Hey! If you feel like dancing, just dance, you know. How you feeling? I don't believe you. How you feeling? Hey! Emancipation reparation. Emancipation reparation. Emancipate yourself. I emancipate yourself. Hey. Step forward, 2 step backward, 1 step forward, 2 step. Pull it up, selector. Good evening. Love it, bud. I'm so happy to be here. They took us away, captivity, and it was easy then. I mean, hard, as the ambassador said, the crossing. But now, in this time, for me to come home, first of all, I gotta pay twice. They take us from West Africa and just take us across to the Caribbean. But for me to come back to Africa, now I gotta go up to England, I gotta go up to New York in order to get to Africa. So they're making us pay twice. We need to do something about that. Ambassador, help us solve that problem. There's no justice, just us. No justice, just us. Walking in the congregation of the Most High, Most High. There's no justice, just us. No justice, just us. Walking in the congregation of the Most High, Most High, Most High. Rip we away from we land, make we walk for white man. Rip we away from we civilization, make we walk on a damn plantation. African, you better know yourself. I said, African, you better know yourself. Come for we in a ship at night, and them a back we rough and them a back we tight, leaving half a we behind before them a get to what them guy. And now the African no longer know himself. Hey, I said the African no longer know himself. I said, free up yourself, brother African. Free up yourself now. Hey, free up yourself, brother African. Free up yourself now. I said, African, you better know yourself. Hey, I said, African, you better know yourself. Put him in Barbados, him a Bajan. Put him in Jamaica, him Jamaican. Put him in England, him a Englishman. Put him in America, goddamn Yankee man. African, you better know yourself. I said, African, you better know yourself. Hey, I said, free up yourself, brother African. Free up yourself now. Hey, free up yourself, brother African. Hey, free up yourself now. Hey, I said, African, you better know yourself. Hey, I said, African, you better know yourself. Black man struggled through the years, oppressed with the burdens and the fears. A white whip rules his head. A shackled soul makes him a dead. And now the African no longer know himself. Hey, the African no longer know himself. Development arising all around. The concrete got him nailed to the ground. He walking on, he walking. He don't know what he walking for. He say that he free, but it's psycho-slavery. I said, African, you better know yourself. Hey, I said, African, you better know yourself. I said, free up yourself, brother African. Free up yourself now. Free up yourself, brother African. Hey, free up yourself now. I said, African, you better know yourself. Say what?
African, you better know yourself.
Say,
African, you better know yourself.
say, put him in Barbados, him a Bajan. Put him in Jamaica, him Jamaican. Put him in England, him a Englishman. Put him in America, goddamn Yankee man. African, you better know yourself. Say, the youth of today are strong. Teach them right, don't teach them wrong. Make them know about them culture. Make them know Mother Africa. I say, African, you better know yourself. Hey, say, African, you better know yourself. All black people have to unite. To liberate Africa, you must stand and fight. Can't run away from yourself. People, don't run away from yourself. I said, African, you better know yourself. So. And I'm really happy for the organizers. I want to give thanks to them for inviting me to be part of this program. Give them a round of applause. For all the poets and spoken word artists that I've heard this evening, I want to give them a round of applause for their work, for their giving. Thanks to them. Say, the program is Know Your Poets. And I'm going to try to introduce myself to you through my work. But I'm not a selfish poet. I'm a poet who like to bring along the young poets under me. I'm a poet who like to celebrate those poets who went before me, who influenced me. And I'm from Barbados, but I also want to recognize the Caribbean. We have an Antigua here in the house tonight. I know there's a Guyanese in the house tonight. So I want you to celebrate the Caribbean this evening, as we call it, CARICOM. And in doing so, I want to share a couple poems that I think are important by important Caribbean people. And this one is by a Guyanese. And it's called English Girl Eats Her First Mango. And I just had to read this here tonight because we are all part of a colonial system. And they got mangoes here in Nairobi, right? How many people really like mangoes? Yeah. Tell me stop eating the mangoes. It's too sweet for me. I'm sweet already. Yeah. So this poem is called English Girl Eats Her First Mango. And I just love this poem. If I did tell she, hold this goal of sun dizzy, tongue licking, juicy, mouth water flow, right with love from the tropics, she will tell me, trust you to be melodramatic. So I just say, taste this mango. And I watch she hold the smooth cheeks of the mango, blushing yellow, and a glow rush to she own cheeks. And she asks me, what do I do now? Just bite into it? And I was tempted to tell she, why not be a devil and eat the skin of original sin? But she would have told me, trust you to be mysterious. So I just say, it's up to you if you want to peel it. And I watch she feel it as something precious. Then she smile and she say, looks delicious. And I tell she, don't waste sweet words with sweetness in your hand. Just bite it, man. Peel it with the teeth that God gave. Or better yet, do like my mother used to do and squeeze till the flesh turns syrup. Nibble a hole, then suck the gold like Bobby in child mouth. Squeeze and tease out every drop of spice. Sounds nice, my friend tell me. And I remind she that this ain't no apple core, so don't forget the seed. Suck that too. The sweetest part, the juice does run down to your heart. Man, if you see the English rose, she face was bliss down to the pink of she toes. And when she finished, she smiled and turned to me. Lend me your hanky. My fingers are all sticky with mango juice. And I had to tell she, what hanky? What hanky you talking about? You don't know when you eat mango, your hanky is your tongue? Man, just lick your finger. You call it culture. Lick your finger. You call it culture. Unless you prefer to call it colonization in reverse. So I'm doing this purposefully because I really want you to get a sense of what the ambassador was talking about in terms of our own resilience, in terms of taking what we had and making it perfect. Taking the insides of the pig and the feet and the head and turning it into a delicacy. Yeah? Taking our little ones and churning out big Rihannas. You can clap for that. And there's another poet, my godfather. And I want to share this poem with you. It's called Niggas. Before I get back to my thing. It is not. It is not. It is not. It is not. It is not enough. It is not enough to be free of the red, white, and blue, of the drag, of the dragon. It is not. It is not. It is not enough. It is not enough to be free of the whips, principalities, and powers. Where is your kingdom of the word? It is not. It is not. It is not. It is not. It is not enough. It is not enough to be free of malaria fevers, fear of the hurricanes, fear of invasions, crops, droughts, fires, blisters upon the cane. It is not enough to tinkle to work on a bicycle bell when hell crackles and burn in the 14-inch screen of the Japanese constructed United Fruit Company imported hard sell telltale television set, rhinocerously knob, cancerously chew. It is not. It is not. It is not enough. to be able to fly to Miami, structure skyscrapers, excavate the moonscape, seashore sands, to build hotels, casinos, sepulchres. It is not. It is not. It is not enough. It is not enough to be free to bulldoze God's quarters from their tombs, from their relics, from their tombs of drums. It is not enough to pray to Barclays bankers on the telephone, to Jesus Christ by shortwave radio, to the United States Marines by rattling your hip bones. I must be given words to shape my name to the syllable of trees. I must be given words to refashion futures like a healer's hand. I must be given words so that the bees in my blood-buzzing brain of memory will make flowers, will make flocks of birds, will make sky, will make heaven. The heaven open to the thunderstone and the volcano and the unfolding land. It is not enough to be pause, to be whole, to be void, to be silent, to be semi-colony. Fling me the stone that will confound the void. Find me the rage and I will raise the colony. Fill me with words and I will blind your God. Atibon like ba, Ori bayi pungwa, Ori bayi pungwa. The name of the poet is Edward Kamau Braffet, and he's gone now, but his work lives on. He's one of those poets that would have inspired me during my early sojourn as an artist and as a writer. He is one of those Caribbean poets that would have started that process of decolonization. Thank you. Yeah. I want to read one of my poems and then get back to some rhythm. How's that? Let's get back to some rhythm. I love my ancestors, and my ancestors love me. This one is dedicated to my grandmother. Something in the house tells me that somebody is familiar with this poem. I don't know. It's called Dawning. And I'll call a number of places in the Caribbean some of you might be familiar with, places like Cuba, Grenada, and I hope you are able to follow them. Granny Gloria went Grenada, felt the cut of Cuba, strained through pain to head cane, voyage to St. Vincent was rough, yet she married thrice, had a son in Lucia, but never liked the language of Obia. Patois was too much to bear in the open air. So she sailed to the States of America, New York's elevated buildings, Harlem's heat of violent blacks, Rhode Island long, Maine, Baltimore blues of saxophone nightclubs with dancing dolls and jigging jazz. Broadway by night was too cold. Carolina's cool destruction of white against black was too much pain. So she returned without seeing the fog-faced streets of England. Big Ben's buying on her, Canada forgotten, and what little she had she lost. Even her eyes slipped into darkness, leaving her to age alone under the breadfruit tree, her only daughter of the soil. And in those days, things were tight, I was told. Hands grew wrinkles of worry. Money was the yellow yolk of the sun, but to Granny Gloria it did not glitter, so it did not matter. Her eyes were dead. Still, she felt the sun sting in every sense she slipped from her sensitive side. Be silent, she always said. Don't flap your mouth like a fly. Be careful of the hide next door and always mop your floor. Then the whip of war lashed her stomach. Fruit prices flew like planes, high in the sky, bombing poor pockets. She survived through scratching at dry soil for the root of the potato and yam. Fowl refused to lay and the goat breast dry up. She survived through the rage of riot and the heat of hurricane to produce fruit. to continue generation. And my mother, like her mother, is sensitive to the rhythm of rain, to the sting of sun. What luxury she has, she gains through sweat. She knows what it takes to smile. She knows what it takes to cry. She loves to fly by plane and drink champagne on special occasions, which hardly ever come. Which hardly ever come. I have something to give away. One beautiful young lady come forward, please. All evening. I want to see a lovely young lady come forward. Well, if you come in, I can handle it, you know? All right. Hey, come forward. What's your name?
Shakes.
You love poetry? Come forward. No, here's it's nice, it's nice. So, I am from the Caribbean, Barbados, and one of the things we have in Barbados, beautiful beaches. So, I want you guys to come down to Barbados and take in some of those beaches, yeah? The sunsets are really lovely. And this poem that I'm going to read for my sister is called This Evening. This evening, I looked in the sunset and saw your face. It was beautiful. I shouted your name, but you did not hear me. The sea constantly drowned my echo. I was alone. You did not see me, so I cried in silence. This evening, I looked in the sun and found that I needed love, but was too scared to ask for your touch. I was alone. You did not see me, so I cried in silence. This evening I looked into the sunset and I saw you smile. Then I knew it was not just the herbs in my head, it was you on my mind. And through the loneliness and pain, I cried in silence. One of these evenings, I'll pluck that sunset off the horizon and find you waiting to embrace me. And find you waiting to embrace me. I will collect a copy of my book. Why don't you drop it one time to select a black woman? This one's dedicated to all the black women in the house. Drop it like a hot selector. Yeah. Feel free to dance if you want to dance, you know? Hey. Across the sea to the homeland, the mother country, and the rape of the culture left the face of a vulture. That make you suffer so, it make you suffer so. Through time and history, through pain and misery, it's the same story, black woman. Your time has come, black woman. Know where you come from, black woman. Your shoulders are strong, black woman. You struggle too long, black woman. Ay, 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 black woman. Oh, yo, yo. Head that hurt, night and day, domestic violence. Everywhere, and every time that you climb, man, I pull you from behind. We make you suffer so, we make you suffer so. Too much pressure in society. It's time and honor sheet with a new story, black woman. Your time has come, black woman. Know where you come from, black woman. Your shoulders are strong, black woman. You struggle too long, black woman. Ay, 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 black woman. Oh, yo, yo. cussing in the evening, man a cussing. We make it suffer so. We make it suffer so. It's only washing and cooking is true. We run around and leave the family to you. It's a hard story. A hard story, black woman. Your time has come, black woman. The way you come from, black woman. Your shoulders are strong, black woman. You struggle too long, black woman. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, yo, yo. Hey. If you're loving it, women, put your hand together like this. And all you men who doing it right, yeah. All in the back, let's go. All in the back, let's go. Yeah. Hear me out. The road is long and full of pain. Black woman stand firm again and again. Man say you must be humble. Take your licks and never grumble. You not to suffer so. You not to suffer so. It's time for equality. Snatch your freedom and your dignity. It's a new story. A new story, black woman. Your time has come, black woman. The way you come from, black woman. Your shoulders are strong, black woman. You struggle too long, black woman. Ay, 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 black woman. Oy, oy, oy. Love you, man. Yeah. Black woman, your time has come. All woman, my woman. Yeah. I love you, bud. Yes, Aya. How you feeling? You want more? Oh, you had enough of me. You want more? All right. How many people here know sugarcane? Is it a vegetable or is it a fruit? I know you grow sugarcane here in Kenya, so you should know. What is it? You're too educated for yes, it is a grass. So in Barbados, I don't know what you do, how your sugarcane industry is here in Kenya, but you know, all sugarcane grew out of the whole slavery, enslavement, plantocracy, something that we hear that you hear in Kenya would have in common with us. The whole monarchy, sugarcane, English. So we are so much alike. We might have some little differences because we crossed the water hundreds of years ago, but we're so much a part of each other. And when we were growing up, we would go into the cane fields as little fellas and we would break sugar cane. You know about that? You used to break sugar cane back in your time? And we would come back at the side of the road and we suck the sugar cane, you know? Because sugar cane is made up of a series of joints. Nowadays, as we develop, the youngsters not going in the sugar cane and breaking the sugar cane fields and breaking the sugar cane anymore and sucking in the road. They go in and they're peeling it, and you got some ready peel, and they're making some money. The hustle is on, just like here in Kenya. The hustle is on. You can go and get sugar cane juice now, cane juice. But you know what? We're still sucking joints on the side of the road. The youths still sucking joints on the side of the road. This one's called Cane Season, and it's dedicated to all the workers in the house, and we're gonna do it a cappella. I do know the block and them are sipping on joints. on joints. What's the reason? Cane season. What's the reason? Cane season. I say, idling on the block and them are sipping on joints. Sizzling on the block and them are ripping on. What's the reason? Cane season. What's the reason? Early in the morning, them are moving to the field. Got them cutlass blade and I done this speed. And them are chopped down. And them are chopped down. Pull up! Pull up! I like to do that sometimes, you know. I want to run it though. Hold on, selector. I want to run this one a cappella instead of running it with the music. Come back to some more music. But I just want to do this one so you hear it clearly tonight. And that you join in with me. Idling on the block and them are sipping on joints. Sistering on the block and them are ripping on joints. So what's the reason? Cane season. What's the reason? Cane season. Say, idling on the block and them are sipping on joints. Sistering on the block and them are ripping on joints. So what's the reason?
Cane season.
What's the reason?
Cane season.
Early in the morning, them are moving to the field. Got them cutlass blade and a done this meal, and them are chopped down, and them are chopped down. I say the green is a rising in them head, and them a load up them shoulders, and them a load up them burdens, and them a waka all the time. Hey, and them a waka all the time. Idling on the block and them are sipping on joints. Sistering on the block and them are ripping on joints. So what's the reason?
Cane season.
What's the reason?
Cane season.
Say, firebug appear, burn up the scene, fry up the green is fire. Burn cane to cut means walking in sut. Owner fret, worker sweat, slashing canes all the while. Don't get catch, little child. I tell you, stealing kids out of style. I said, idling on the block and them are sipping on joints. Sistering on the block and them are ripping on. What's the reason?
Cane season.
What's the reason?
Cane season.
Say, idling on the block and them are sipping on joints. Sistering on the block and them are ripping on joints. So what's the reason?
Cane season.
What's the reason?
Cane season.
Say, early in the morning, them are moving to the field. Got them cutlass blade and a done his meal. And them are chopped down, and them are chopped down. I say the green is a rising in them head.
Yo! I Farrell!
Closing. I want to do this track called Black Night. And dedicated to all my fallen poet brethren in Barbados. Based on a program we used to have in Barbados called Black Night for Poets. Run the track. Black Night. Let's go back. Say. Pump it up. Pump me up. Let me anoint your head, it is reasoning time. Let me anoint it up. Let me anoint your head, it is reasoning time. Let me anoint it up. You aching and you paining. You children cut up and cross. Crime and dope smoking up the ceiling. Man shiver to count the cost. Say you lost in your rush for your glitter and gold. Spit in your face, say you're beautiful and bold. Walking on the edge of schizophrenia. Still afraid of the word called Africa. In this black night, I'm an anointing you head in this black night. Poor people can't dead in this black night. I say the truth out to light in this black night. And when you're fighting for your right, you are a black knight. In this a black night, in this a black night, in this a black night, in this anoint your head, in this reasoning time, let me anoint it up. And let me anoint your head, it is reasoning time, let me anoint it up. No knight in shining armor to rescue you from injustice. No No wise men riding white horses to raise me out of this crisis. So we alone in this dread paradise dungeon. So we alone in this Westminster situation. While the lords of the town run the round tables, eating and drinking and farting tables. In this black night, I'm an anointing you in this black night. So people can't live in this black night. I say the truth come to light in this black night. Or when you're fighting for your right, you are a black knight. In this a black night, in this a black night, in this a let me know your head in this time, let me know it up. And let me know your head in this. And let me know it up. Hey, I hope you guys had a really good evening so far. I know there's another poet coming to close it up. But I really enjoyed your company. I want you to know that I love you and that I'll be back again. Yeah? So listen out. Find me at IG. Find me on Facebook. Yeah? Can't you hear your ancestors calling from Bussa down to Clementine? Today is a funny night, man. Their words must not die in vain. And so you're here cause you care and you're tired of the fear. What a special blessings in the rhythms you must share. Listen to the poet on the microphone stand. Flashing cautious lyrics is the lively of the land in this black night. I'm an alone to you in this black night. Poor people can't dead in this black night. I say the truth comes to light in this black night. And when you're fighting for your right, you are a black night. In this a black night. In this a black night. In this a black night. Come let me anoint your head in this time. Let me anoint it up. Let me anoint it up.
And let me anoint it up.
And let me anoint it up. Time, let me anoint it up. Love you, man.
Let me anoint it up.
I Farrell out.
Let me anoint it up. Bless up, Farrell. Give it up for Farrell. Ladies and gents. Yo, that was amazing. Thank you so much, Farrell.
Brothers, merciless gone from a wrinkled eye. Black wanderers in the graveyard of Sarah.